Hey guys, what's up? It's Darkmek here and welcome back to another 5-minute Mythic Tank Dungeon Guide for BFA. Today we are in Shrine of the Storm. So noteworthy trash on the way to the first boss, the Shrine Templar. They have a protective passive aura that surrounds them, reduces all damage taken by enemies around them within 10 yards by 50%. Don't overpull with them. Coming out of the door there's going to be two attendants. They cast Water Blast and put water swirls on the ground. Don't stand in them. The Spiritualist down the stair has a passive that causes her to gain a stacking casting speed buff every 12 seconds when they're interrupted. This can be purged off. The bottom of the stairs there's two attendants, pull them away from the living current. Down and around the stairs there's two attendants with a living current, pull them up and line of sight them around to avoid the padding Templar. The padding Templar, after you kill him, hug the left wall and then go to the first boss, which is Aqua Seer. Always be in melee range of this boss, otherwise it deals group-wide damage via Sea Blast. The boss has an ability called Surging Rush. It turns and charges. Don't get hit by the charge, get back into melee range. If you get targeted with Undertow, run against it. At 50%, the boss splits into 4 adds. Get your group to be in melee range of them, kill them, 3 adds die, boss comes back up, kill. Galecaller apprentices are the next trash you're going to come across. They cast Gale Shear. It's not a huge concern, but you want to interrupt their cast called Tempest. It sends out tornadoes. They'll also put hurricanes under people and you need to move when required. The named mob in this trash pack is Windspeaker Hildis. She'll cast Wind Blast on you. She'll also spawn a Swiftness Ward, which you can stand in, but just make sure no other mobs are standing in. At the door, there'll be 2 Iron Hall apprentices. These guys cast Sundering Blow, Whirling Slam, and gain Blessing of the Ironsides. Sundering Blow reduces your armor and it can stack. Whirling Slam you want to run away from or stun. And when they get Blessing of the Ironsides, you want to run away. They deal 100% increased damage, but move 50% slower. The next mob of note is the Rune Carver Sawn, and you can pull the left side of the room only with the Rune Carver. You don't have to pull the right. The Rune Carver places a green circle on the ground, reduces damage by everything in it by 75%. You want to make sure no enemy mobs are standing in this green circle, but you want to make sure that it's free for when players who get targeted by carved flesh can run into it. The next new mob you'll come across is the Guardian Elemental, and you don't really have to do anything special with that, just tank it. Once the Guardian's done, wait for 2 padding mobs to walk across, get on your mount and run up to the second boss. There'll be a bunch of normal mobs here and a Galecaller and an Iron Hall. Deal with them in the same way you have been. The second boss is the Tide Sage Council, which is made up of 2 mobs, Galecaller Fae and Brother Iron Hall. Galecaller is going to be your group's focus, but you have to maintain threat on both of them. You want to interrupt the Slicing Blasts when you can. Brother Iron Hall is going to leave a circle on the ground. If you have the debuff from Slicing Blast, run into that circle and it will remove it. Galecaller will gain a buff called Blessing of the Tempest. When she has this, don't interrupt, it spawns tornadoes. At 100 mana, Galecaller is going to put a Swiftness circle on the ground. Get her out of it, you guys can stand in it. Always maintain Brother Iron Hall facing away from the group as he does a hindering cleave and use your active mitigation. And when he gains Blessing of the Ironsides, make sure you run away or use active mitigation if you're going to be hit. Next up, you're going to grab a padding enforcer. They spawn stuff on the ground, don't stand in it. After this, you come across the Deep Sea Ritualist. Make sure you have an interrupt order set up for the Unending Darkness cast. The Deep Sea Sailors surrounding them have a purgeable bone shield, and you'll also be fighting 2 enforcers with them. Again, don't stand in the bad stuff. In the next room you'll run into, you'll attack 2 things. They'll spawn a bunch of tentacles, AoE them down. Moving up the ramp, there'll be 2 Abyssal Cultists. When you start them, they'll spawn 2 big tentacles. The Cultists will cast Mental Assault at your location. When the cast finishes, they'll stun anyone within that range, for 5 seconds. It's a void zone. Make sure you move from it. If you have a road, then you can then shroud across the bridge. If you don't have a rogue and you have to kill, the same killing principles apply. In the next room, you only need to kill one side again, so run in, AoE these tentacles down, and then you're onto the third boss, Lord Stormstrong. As a tank here, interrupt the void bolts and run away from the purple orbs. Go for a swim, avoid the eels by going to the corner and running straight across the water, then turn around and watch someone pull the eels. The next mob on the boss platform you've got is 2 Forgotten Denizens and 1 Sunken Denizens. The 2 Forgotten Denizens cast Consume Essence. It heals them for 1 billion, so you need to interrupt. The Sunken Denizens, they hit really hard and you may need to kite if needed, but they move slow. Then you're on to the last boss, Volzith. Move him right to the back of the platform when you start tanking him, as he'll cast a thing called Yawning Gate. Big purple swirly, get out of the way. Position the boss next to it, dodge tentacle slams. You'll get phase changed, you and the healer have to kill the Sunken Denizen ad, run away whilst doing ad, they hit damage, they hit really hard. You'll get ported back up, help the others with their ads and interrupts. Put the boss back to the next purple swirly. He's going to do a thing called Call the Abyss, which is going to bring ads from the water. He's then going to do another Yawning Gate. Really important that you use the platform wisely here, guys. Then you want to kite him away from the ads, kill the necessary ads, use CC, you will get another downstairs phase, kill your ad again, come back up, kill the boss, collect your Azurite that you can't trade, but you now can trade next week. That's it, guys. Hopefully I got through there in 5 minutes. Massive dungeon, loads of information, talk super fast. Thank you very much for taking the time to check out the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.
The shadows